Okay, another Wusik Station 10 video and coding everything. I fixed a few problems that I was having and also created a proper display value. So now when you move the mouse over a parameter, it shows some related information. And everything else seems to be working. Also, I improved the scroll bar a bit, added a few things to it, and fixed some menu problems that I was having. So now, next step is start adding more parameters and also to double check if the parameters are in the right place. So the first thing I want to do is to create, I think, create the oh here test background. That's the name of the guy. So I want to use that as a base to check my positionings screen. We already created an option in the skin file that allows me to move stuff around, but it's not working the way I want. So I'm going to try it again. It enabled one, then then I'm going to try something different. Enabled legit alpha. Break knob. And I want to check where I'm actually drawing this. Here it is, the last area. So I'm thinking of instead of doing that, going to help me more if I just draw the test file, then I can switch from one another. Usually it helps me much more than whatever I was doing there. So it's false. Show test back. I have to screen. So we're going to sorry, going to do this first. So it's either that or the whole interface. Be like it turn, which means that it should continue. Then I can set alpha 1. It's fully opaque. Scruple Ah, okay, I remember. Should be in there. So if we use the show test background or we don't, I'll have to check on my key event created something. We should work now with the enter key. I should be able to do that. I also created up, down, left, and right keys. Okay, let's see if that works out. By default, it's not going to show. If I press enter, it shows. Okay, it's not redrawing. Ooh, weird. Let me try again. Maybe there is one thing. Doing this too early. I have to do this in the drawing area because here I'm checking the keyboard and the mouse. Then I handle the menus. And for last, I handle the drawing. Okay. It got stuck. As soon as I press enter, it's just going to draw without stopping. Another thing I was thinking about, I also need to draw the background first. Check. And just go draw. Then should call background. Okay, now I can go from one to another and compare the positionings. Would be best if I turn this to red too. So maybe I'm going to do that now. I don't know if I can do that on Photo Plus. Never done this before. Try. And use. Need to replace the color. Never done that in here. Would be fun if I could just replace the colors, but be honest, I never done that. Layers. Replace color. Hmm. Or an F instead of blue, I want red. Doing anything. Weird. I never use that, but I want to learn. Image. Image. Just replace color. And go for Hui. Saturation. I have to select color. It's actually interesting. Tolerance 50. What if I want a higher tolerance? Instead of blue, we get red. Yeah, that's very close. Happened nothing. Okay, it's processing. Oh, it's not exactly the same, so I'm not going to do any here. It's terrible. Can you use the cached system on my skin files? I'm going to create a new one. Value display, I'm going to have the test background. Ground. Value display. Check where built it. Test. Change it. Test background. There. Display. Will be all those guys. No. Here then. Should be able to compute this and then add my skin overlays file. So number 20 now is test background. Is at the bottom. Re- Replace the colors. So it's RGB. So choose blue. So we put the blue on the red and the red on the blue. Good work. Just want to check one other thing in here is that I'm having problem when I go to process the overlay image. checking. Save. Your memory. So when you have a target, always have 01 sets to true. Sets to true, it deletes and creates the image. Oh, in theory, would use my skip start and end option here. Start. And you won't have to process the whole file. Who knows? Sometimes code doesn't work and I have to check why. Okay, created correctly. Now it's loading. Enter. Should loading some. The old one. But oh yes, I forgot to change on the file to have it load from the skin folder, the cached folder. Okay, this is good. I can close this now. Close this guy. Just have to check where it loads its cache instead of the research file. And actually the test background now loading with the other files. I don't want that. Have to change that because it's going to load 2 times and no good. Check something here. Sprite. Be a decal somewhere. Jitski enable and show test background. And the cached image test background. Okay. More. Just have to fix now in the loading process. Check where's my thread for loading. Load skin images. Not skin and that's background. File and not skin enable and equals test background to file false. That's editor. Ah, come on, I don't have that. All data files, okay. So if the skin enable is not enabled and we're trying to load the test background, we bypass that. Otherwise, we load. Okay, that's good. Oh, I also have to draw the background for the layer. Things are a bit different. Oh, it helps. It's not perfect, but it does help a bit. Could make a print screen here. I'm not going to. Let me just draw the other background. So it looks a bit nicer. It should be so. I have first background. Let me check how I do the other background in main and back layer. Then we have the the overlay. I add for last, just so it shows correctly. Easier to see where the positions should be. Okay, much nicer. You can see that the overlay is a bit different, but I remember that red letters tend to do that. And because there is a shadow, this image here, the letter is going in a different position. So I can adjust that on the file. I have to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is check the position is changed. Start here. Not updated. Why is not updated? Enabled. Try this guy here. Perfect positioning. I'm looking at the silver area around the button, so I know it's in the right place. I want to close and check if it's going to update the. No, it didn't. Not updating now. Come on. Skin. So after I close the first layer, then I save the file. Hmm, weird. Could be because I have two layers. I'm going to put just one layer and see. That's the problem. I don't think there is, but it's taking much longer now to load because of the other image, the test background image. Huh. See what's happening. Because the code blocks in this line and stays in this line, which creates a new thread and does everything of the interface. Then when I close the window, continues to run and should hit this part of the code which checks for the parameters that have skin names. Should be. I know what the problem is. Take a look at the code. So I just try to close it and it fire up the show value message, but just hang my code. But I want to check out of my runs again. I want to check one thing where I create user interface. From here, date the graphics interface. There is a value. There index was one if it's going to be true. What to set, but I'm pretty sure that I have it's everything in there. Let me check something else here. It's in here. Start. The start checks is not going to happen. I'm going to double check something. Okay. It's trying to show something. Now let's try to debug this guy. See what's going on in this line because the show value is just halting my code. Not updating any of values. Probably something that I'm doing wrong, but what? Check again the break knob. I'm going to put a break in here, so it's going to break when it reaches this area. But I have to move away from the screen now as I run. It's going to open up the terminal. The screen. It's throwing several exceptions. No, nothing problematic. It's running. But the debug mode takes much longer to work out. So okay, I have reached in. See if I can check the skin name. Or I can show you on the screen. Air glide. It has the right names. Maybe the problem that I'm updating the position in the wrong way. Have it close it up. Going to open again. Try to put this in a very different position. Put in a very positioning here. It's terrible, but at least I can see what's going to look like in my screen here. Layer volume 21. Layer panning 21. So okay, it's not updating the positioning. Skin for that. Let's try this again. Using positioning skin for some reason. Check why I'm doing. Oops, sorry. Oh, okay, I think I understand why there's different positioning. So when I use the mouse up and down, left and right, I have to cursor key. Check where cursor keys. Here. Set positioning. And we need to break the code. Easier to see. Component over skin equals opening minus the panel background. Come on, panel background is not a global variable from a component. Now it changed because we use the left mouse. Let me try again. Close it by mistake again. Always. Where was it? Crack that code again. Here. So the panel background is only available in the knob. We're going to make this a part component, so I don't have to worry is a knob or whatever. And I have my panel background positioning. So, okay. Down. Just doing the easier ones first. Well, actually, can't. I can't do in a different way. Just like I did the other ones. It's not in there at least. The last thing I do is change that. That should work. So I'm going to test this out. So many small things that must be done. Sometimes it's painful, but that's okay. So, okay. My V is now all wrong. Yeah, it seems okay. So I can copy at least the top portion of the positioning, so I can make 20 for all those guys. And the next step is to worry about the left and right position. And I can start adding more parameters to the screen. I still need to fix the filter background problem. Okay. seems to me that there is a small 1 pixel difference between my test background. Can see it moving. No, I think my just my impression. Oh, it's looking weird. It'd be 20, but it looks like still needs to go up. But when I go up, it looks weird. And now it's in perfect place, but the frequency now is all wrong. I didn't save the frequency. That I forgot to check. 19 now. Filter. Put this on the bottom here so I can take a look if it's updating. And let me take a look at the code where it creates the definition for the filter. Oh, when I create a filter, filters x equals 1 and filters equal 0. Let's see what happens. Okay, the filter frequency got in the right place. This is so boring to do, but it must be done. Okay, they are now in the right place now. This looks like they are. I would just push a bit the ladders bit down. Let me check in here. Weird, unison went down. Actually, it is changing something. Now that I'm looking at it, like that's weird. Like it changed something. It's like it's changing the height of the stuff I'm changing. So my code seems to be broken. Okay, let me think this over a bit here. Actually, skin. Okay, see the problem here. Not being created correctly. So every time I open, it changes something. See, let's take a look again. Those are on the perfect position. See what happens when I close it and reload the skin file. Oh crap. That's not good. Let me rethink this for a minute here. I'm not going to use this in position after all. Get rid of that. I'm going to get position, position, scope, panel, background. And now I have to fix this 6 with 19. See if this works better. It's a lot of work, I know, but it's a lot of stuff I have to add to the interface, so this is going to help me a lot. Okay, let's take a look now. Looks good now. If opening again is not going to mess it up. Still putting a pixel somewhere. Let's see, filter frequency 206. change any nothing. Do nothing and see what happens. It's increasing 1 pixel. There problem then. Up, down, left, right. Just open and close and see what happens. Increase it 1 pixel. What the heck? Now that's weird. If key equals down, left, right, if key there. Now I don't know what's going on. Could it be just opening and closing is giving me 1 extra pixel in height? I could just make it -1, but it's weird. 208, 22, 9, 23. Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm going to be lazy for now. And I'm going to just to do -1. Hope, hopefully, going to work. The nice thing about it that yeah, it works because it's not redrawing the redoing the file. But now I have to put 19 back again. I think it's 19. I don't remember. What's 19? 6. I'm going to change just one and check it out. Just this 1 pixel. Don't get it. I think I know what it is. It could be related to the pixel offset I added to away from the screen, so it would work the mouse on and off, show correctly on my crappy video card. Let's see now. Happened. What's 206 and 19? Okay. I think it's just a pixel, so I don't know, something else that I'm overlooking, probably. So now I want to set edit enable to 0. I'm going to remove the alpha, I'm not going to use it anymore. Last piece of code. Find it now. remove. Okay. And I have disabled the edit mode. Want to double check that it's not loading the test file anymore because it's a very large file. For that, I'm going to check my GPU monitor just to double check. So first I'm going to use with it enabled. We're already using some memory because of my capture program, and Windows also use for some stuff. So we jumped to 0.8, 0.9, 0.1. See now. Okay, it's less. 0.7, 0.8, 0.1. See here on the graphics, it's a bit lower. Nice. I can continue working on the rest. We're going to take a break, and then later going to continue with this. So thanks for watching.